Still love this music. I love most of the music in this game. Oh well. Oh hi Ominam! Or Trainer Desk. Welcome back to Trat's Challenge! Final Fantasy IV on the DS. No, I'm not turning into Tratner. Okay, so instead of immediately going to the next part of the game, we're gonna take a little bit of a detour. This is Sylph Cave. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot. Okay, so Rose is gonna get a little bit of a workout in here, because she has to actually do something magic-wise. We want to cast Float on the party because the ground around here is poison, and so walking around on that, it's a bad plan. The only thing that sucks about the... Oh, really? Okay. That was much faster than I thought. I was about to bend over and get a drink. Alrighty then. So the floors here are poison, and you're gonna have to... Oop, I see that box over there on the minimap. Excuse me? No? What am I missing here? Go... I guess I can't do that. Okay. Wow, I am overpowered. I am so used to coming here and being about level 38-ish, and then having a hard... Okay, well, this person's obnoxious. But I'm so used to coming here and having a hard time. Wow, I am overpowered. I didn't think it was that bad, but whew, this is insane. At least we only have to worry about Cecil being the one being toted. And he's gonna get turned back into a toad. Yep. And then Kane's probably gonna kill one of them before they can do Toad again. Yep. And then if she doesn't die relatively soon, she'll cast Toad on herself. As long as memory serves me correctly. Yep, called that. And then you just kill her like normal. Toad in this game is not like Final Fantasy II, so if you want to start instant killing creatures, Toad is not the way to go. Let's see, to undo Toad, need to have Rydia cast Toad. It's a little obnoxious, but you'll just have to deal with it. Alrighty then, so... the Sylph Cave has a couple of secret passages around. You'll want to keep an eye out for them. Oh, and then the item you get for completing each map is a silver apple. So since Sylph Cave is 3 floors, you can get 150 hit points on Cecil if you come here. So you should come here. Hey, well, you know, Cecil's not a frog this time. Prayer unanswered. Well, maybe it's because Rydia missed. Rydia, I'm blaming you for the failed prayer. The gods find it not fitting when party members whiff. Okay, I think that's everything on this floor that I can do. Yeah. Alrighty then, let us reset Float. Both here in Sylph Cave and the Fey March, you have to do the float business. Hey, many frogs. Oh, the weaknesses and absorption things and whatnot of Sylph Cave, for the most part, is relatively weak to fire, with the exception of Evil Dreamer, which absorbs fire, and then the Bog Witches and Toads don't care about fire, but the Toads do hate ice. And it's just waiting for my auto battle strategy to take care of everything for me. Thank you for putting me back to normal, I appreciate it. So off screen, since I don't need to grind, what I'm doing is I'm running through Fire Emblem. Well, okay, for English people it's just known as Fire Emblem. For Japanese though, this is not the original Fire Emblem, this is Fire Emblem Blazing Sword. Which in Japanese would be... I don't know if Fire Emblem is actually said as Fire Emblem in Japanese or not, but I know that Blazing Sword in Japanese would be something no Ken. I want to say... maybe it's Ho no Ken? I don't know, because like Hokage is Fire Shadow in Naruto, so maybe it's Honoken? I could be wrong. It's entirely possible I could be wrong. Oh well. But I'm currently running through Fire Emblem Blazing Sword so that I can finish it on hard mode, and I'm trying to find whatever the hardest difficulty is, because I thought of another challenge I could do where, since I can't finish it on Twitch, I was doing Radiant Dawn, or whichever of the Dawn Radiant thing is, whichever Fire Emblem game is on GameCube. I attempted doing that, doing a challenge on there where I wouldn't let anybody die, and I had to get all the boxes, and I had to recruit everyone I could. And I'm thinking of doing something similar here, but I had to end up abandoning the Twitch run-through of it, simply because of the fact that I couldn't get the emulator to stop crashing. I would get, like, partway through a chapter, and then it would just die. And it would not die in the same place, it would die in random places. And I was able to make it through a couple chapters without anything happening, but like chapter 1 and 2 crashed a couple times, and then like once I got to like chapter 10 or whatever, it kept crashing halfway through, and considering how long Fire Emblem chapters begin to become getting, I just had to stop. But that being said, Blazing Sword, I don't have to worry about that, because it's Game Boy Advance, and as you guys already know, Game Boy Advance stuff works. So I'm gonna try and do Blazing Sword on the hardest difficulty, get all the boxes, recruit everyone I can, and then don't have anybody die. I might do a second run through of it after that, where I can only have like 12 characters max. Like whatever the max number of characters you can have in your party on the field at a time are, I would probably do a run on using just that as my indicator, where I can only have like I think the max is like 12 or 14, but then again, I was playing whichever one was on Wii recently, so I could be wrong. But like if the max number is 12, I'll just use 12 as an example, but like that means I'd only be able to have 12 characters at any given time. So if there's somebody new I want to recruit, I'd have to then also kill someone that round. Which would make things interesting, because I've never actually played a Fire Emblem like that before. I've never actually played where I go out of my way to kill characters. I tried it once. I tried it once on Shadow Dragon, and eventually I gave up halfway because my characters were too powerful. Let's see. I came in down there. I'm gonna gonna go check out this one to the north and see what that does for me. Oh, I'm wrong. There's also a golden apple here. I forgot about that. Like you get 3 silver apples for finishing this area, but there's also a golden apple you can pick up. Well, okay, in general, this place has amazing stuff. Like, there's stuff for everyone, pretty much. I'll just leave it like that. Let's take this entrance over here, I guess. I don't exactly remember the layout of Sylph Cave, so there are a couple of parts I'm probably going to get wrong. I need to recast Float on everyone again because I want a different floor. I'm going to go ahead and cast Asinine Cecil on Edge because I can, and because I already know that the magic points are going to be restored. Okay. No, but what happened was, when you, like, normally, when you have a full party, then your average level is about the same, because you're going to use roughly a core group of people. Okay, so, for those of you who have no idea what Fire Emblem is, you poor unfortunate souls you, it's kind of like an army management strategy turn-based RPG. Only instead of having it be like Final Fantasy turn-based, where you go, and then they go, and then you go, and then they go, each side commands all their soldiers to do their actions in one turn, and then the enemy gets their turn. It's like that. But like generally, even though you can only have like, again, I'm gonna use that random number I pulled out of my butt, 12. Like, even though you can only have, like, say, 12 or so guys at a time, you use different guys to do different things, and, like, each character has a class, and each class is supposed to do its own job. So, like, the Knight, for example, is super high defense, but really slow, has high hit points, really crummy movement speed. And so basically all he does is just stand around. But if you're in a situation where you need to get somewhere quickly, then you obviously don't want to have a lot of knights around. Or if you're in a situation, but on the other hand, if you're in a situation where it's like survive X amount of turns and tons and tons and tons of enemies are being spawned every turn, then you find a little bottleneck that you can you find the closest bottleneck, you stick the knight in there, and then you're good to go. I get the feeling this is going to be a long fight. Or then you have, like, the Cavalier, for example, who's, like, average all-around stats, can do a little bit of off-tanking, and then has one of the best movement speeds in the game, which, in my opinion, the best movement speed, period, goes to the, Falcon Knights and the Pegasus Knights and the Dragon Riders, because they can ignore terrain, whereas the Cavalry can't. But, so like if you need to get from point A to point B super quickly, then you'd want to have more Cavalry and the flying units in your party. And then you have mages and archers and all the rest of the jazz. All in all, Fire Emblem is an amazing game. Amazing series. I love every single installment of it that I've played. But my favorite... Okay, I think... Game Theorist Matt Pat mentioned when he was visiting the Completionist that on the Final Fantasy VII thing that's currently ongoing this month. And one of the things he mentioned is that he thinks that everyone's first Final Fantasy is probably their favorite Final Fantasy. And I think that actually carries over to more than just Final Fantasy, because I think it's the same case for Fire Emblem. Because for me, my first Fire Emblem was Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, and so for me personally, that's my favorite Fire Emblem. Now, granted, Yeah, this sleep is killing me. Literally killing me. Edge just went down. I'm gonna turn auto battle off for once. Let's see. Defend. Jump. Defend. Dual cast. We're gonna use raise. And then Kiraga. And how about we just summon a dragon to finish him off? That sounds like a good plan. And then turn auto battle back on. But, like, even though I really enjoyed having, like, the triple upgrade stuff from, Sacred Stones, and I also liked having the tower there, so you could just sit there and grind as much as you wanted. And I also like having, like, the prequel classes being introduced there as well, where you have, like, the Apprentice and the Journeyman and, the Lancer chick whose job I currently forget. Oh, are you kidding me? That is the crummiest secret passage of all. Whatever. Okay, I came in through there. Oh, that looks like a secret passage. Or it could just be a really bizarre shadow. Oops. But, like, Sacred Stones introduced, like, the prequel classes, and you could, like, upgrade, into 2 different things. Right? Yeah, like, the Knight had the opportunity... Okay, it wasn't the... Okay, if you were one of the prequel classes, then yeah, you upgraded into, like, 3 different things. But, like, in Sacred Stones, you had the choice to either become one of 2 classes. So, like, the Cavalier could become, like, the War Knight or the Paladin, and then, the Knight could become a War Knight or a General. And so, like, everything had, like, like, there were a bunch of adjacent things. I remember Valkyrie being really good. I really enjoyed the Summoner class. That was a lot of fun. That was just like, hey, I can summon zombies now. Okay, I will happily accept more units on the field, even if they suck. Like, I really enjoyed that stuff from Sacred Stones. I always ran into money issues, though, because I would grind everyone up to, like, level 20, and then I would, like, run through the game with, like, everyone only using iron equipment, because I couldn't afford to go with, like, steel equipment on everyone until the very end. And then you have, like, Radiant Dawn, where you do get to upgrade twice. That's what it was. Where, like, your Dragon Knight upgrades into, no, a Dragon Rider upgrades into, like, a Dragon Knight or whatever, and then Dragon Knight upgrades into Dragon Lord or whatever they're called, but I distinctly recall in Radiant Dawn that you do get to upgrade twice. And then, like, Fire Emblem Awakening, where you have, like, all the things I love from, like, every Fire Emblem game mixed with a dating sim. And it was like, ah, yes. And then, of course, you can go grab your children, and then have your children have children, and then you end up with these insanely statted out kids running around on the field. Here we go, I knew there's a secret passage around here somewhere that was useful. Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? It's just that I remember so many good things. Like, in my opinion, every Fire Emblem game so far has been good, in my opinion. Like, the only one I wasn't overly happy with, and that I felt didn't bring anything new to the table, was Shadow Dragon. But that's because of the fact that it's a remake of, like, one of the original Fire Emblems. So, it's, like, all good, in my opinion. I mean, I guess, like, the only thing that Shadow Dragon brought to the table was the fact that you could do, like, multiplayer battles with people. So, it did bring something to the table, even if it was a remake. I can't say it didn't do anything new, because it did do new stuff. And Evenator, my best friend from back home, had Shadow Dragon, and we duked it out, and I always kicked his butt, because I'm better at strategy games. That was entertaining. He's probably not gonna let me live that down, but whatever. Yeah, I just... ranting aside about how much I love Fire Emblem. Totally got off track there. I was just mentioning that I'm preparing myself for a challenge in Fire Emblem Blazing Sword. But oh well. I'm allowed to talk about other games when almost nothing is happening, right? Right? And that makes it sound like all this is pointless. Like I said, I think in terms of something like this, I'm just spoiled now on Bravely Default because you can go like, oh, I don't feel like running into anything right now. Oh, gosh darn it, Edge. Gosh darn it, Edge. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go somewhere soon anyways. Where's this gonna take me? The other side. Cool. Rosa. Cast float on the party. Thank you. Let's go get those boxes. I think I'm gonna have to split Sylph Cave into 2 parts just because of the fact that this place is gonna take so freaking long to get through. Yeah, it's been 20 minutes already, and I'm not even halfway through this place. Like, it's not that this area itself is long, it's just these battles are long. Now, granted, okay, I could probably make it faster by having Rydia cast magic, but at the same time, this is a challenge, so I'm just gonna let auto battle take care of as much as it possibly can outside of boss fights. And it results in this. Now that being said, the auto battle will steadily become more quick, especially after I finally finish getting Cecil set up the way I want him to be set up. But until then, please be patient with these long fights. Yeah, because like this place is only 3 floors big. It's just that the second floor is attached to the first floor like twice. So you have to like get to the second floor and then go back to the first floor and then exit and then re-enter and then go through it like normal. And then there's a whole bunch of hidden stuff on the third floor and second floor anyways, so it doesn't even matter all that much. Boxes! Bomb core, cool. Remedy, cool. 2,000 gil, cool. 3,000 gil, just as cool. Guess what? I'll be using none of it. I mean, like, okay, technically I will be using the money at some point, but I have so much money from all the grinding I've already done that I don't need money anymore. I just don't. Now that being said, I am happy I did grind, because normally this place is super hard. Like, normally people encounter a quote-unquote difficulty spike. Like, the Tower of Zot would be an example, and then you have Tower of Babel, which is another example. But then there's also like this little mini difficulty spike where you run into this stuff, and you okay. I don't really have to do this if I didn't want to. I'm just doing it because there's stuff in here I need for later on in this playthrough. But if you really wanted to, you wouldn't have to enter this cave at all. This is entirely optional stuff. If you really want to, and if you're as leveled up as I am, which means you're insane because you're grinding for hours, then you could have just continued straight on with the story. Okay. Is that everything for part 1? Let me check my notes. Let's see. That's the right half of that stuff. Can't access that stuff yet. Yep. Alrighty then. This was part 1 of Sylph Cave. Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, I'm gonna work my way out of here, and then when the episode when the next episode starts, we will resume standing at the second staircase I discovered earlier, but that I never took. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, come on. Really? This place isn't hard, it's just obnoxious right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, Jenna.